cover is terrible. It's probably one of the worst covers I've ever seen. However, this is one of the exceptions to, you know, judging a book by the cover, because...
What about, like, The Road? The Road has a really bad
The Road has a terrible cover also. Yeah. I don't know if the same guy did it, he might have. But this book, Musicophilia, is fantastic. And there's another one that's kind of like it that came out a little bit before called This Is Your Brain on Music. But that one is, like, far more dense, scientific. It's a little less accessible, whereas this one is Tales of Music in the Brain, so there's more stories of, like, music therapy. It's sort of like why it tells you, you know, like why certain songs make you feel a certain way. It gets a little bit into the theory of, like, you know, why certain notes go together, but it's more like, you know, all of the feelings and emotions that music can carry you through.
Does it work? Music therapy?
Yeah, it absolutely does. And he talks about, like, certain situations. Like, I think there's this one called, like, Papa Sneezes in Perfect G. And it's talking about, like, the sneeze and the
That's
tone
great.
that it actually, and the note that it creates. And about, it's like, huh, isn't that peculiar that, you know, he actually knew it, too. Like, the father who was making that sound, he was like, oh, that's curious. I sneeze in perfect G.
So it's worth reading despite the really horrible cover.
Yeah, you know what, just ignore it, like, brown bag the cover.
Brown bag the cover?
Don't even let other people see you reading it on the subway, but when people ask you what you're reading, you can tell them, oh, I'm reading Musicophilia.
Is this actually Oliver Sacks on the cover of his own book?
I don't know.
Let's
if
hope
it is,
not.
I mean, you know, if it was him, I mean, if that was me and they put me on the cover like that, I would make a, you know, I'd write a letter, and hopefully something would get done.
Okay, so what is this? Chuck Klosterman. I heard he sucks.
Chuck Klosterman?
Yeah.
Oh, who told you he sucks?
Lots of people.
Oh, well, you shouldn't pay attention to that. But, yeah, Chuck Klosterman's...
Why? Like, why should I read that book? It reminds me of Detroit Rock City, which is a horrible movie.
Well, it is a horrible movie, but it's a decent Kiss song. But that's beside the point. The whole reason that he names that is this is about Chuck Klosterman, who grew up in North Dakota, and he's sort of writing about his high school early years experience, but he's writing about it through glam rock and hair metal, and that era of just like
all the stuff
total,
to, right?
yeah, totally like, you know, shameless vanity in rock and roll, and how that is, as a, you know, it's sort of this era of music that gets absolutely no respect or even, like, you know, notoriety other than just being, like, you know, kind of like garbage pop music, which it is. But Chuck Klosterman always takes subjects like that and sort of fervently defends their relevance. And whether you agree with it or disagree with it, it's 100% entertaining, and it really, you know, I mean, it has an impact on people whether you want to acknowledge it or not.
Why is there a cow on the cover?
Well, the cow on the cover has, you see what they did? They photoshopped the cow to look like Gene Simmons.
I got you.
Yeah.
Is there any, like, sort of underground, under the radar music that you like to listen to that you think you have an appreciation for because of your love and affinity for hair metal and glam rock?
Well, I would say that as a genre in general, I'm not even sure that I like it. However, waking up in the morning and listening to any, you know, whether it's like Ronnie James Dio.
Really?
Yeah.
Dio in the morning?
Oh my, doing sit-ups and getting ready to go to work with Dio on will make you feel so much more ready for anything that's going to happen during the day. You know? I mean, you could wake up and be like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to throw on, like, some Radiohead, because OK Computer really gets me, you know, ready for, but, you know,
That's
it doesn't.
boring.
No,
It doesn't.
that's BS.
It makes you get ready to go
Yeah,
to sleep.
putting on Toto Africa, that gets you a little closer to there, but realistically, you're probably going to need, you know, like, I mean, in Rainbow in the Dark, the first line has to do with lightning. Oh my god, lightning. Think of a more energetic element in nature. Don't think of one, because you might think of one and prove me wrong on video.
What is the other book that we have here?
Oh, I just like defending James Frey.
No one cares about that.
No, come on. I'll defend James Frey.
No, some other time, dude.